I might make a couple videos on drop shipping since I have experience in e-commerce and all this stuff. Introductory course on drop shipping, all the other stuff that hasn't yet come into the market, the solutions and answers that people are looking for that have yet to be answered. And I think I have a few of those. How to level up their personal life, their finances, their relationships, their network, and their business. You see all these people going into these weird groups in society because they have no identity. They don't know who they are. So they need to conform and mold into something. And it's those people that are the anomalies, the glitches in the matrix that I speak to, the people that are ready to be unplugged. People ask me, Luke, why is your English so good? The thing is, my parents made me go to an English school. So half of the day was English school and half of the day was Spanish school. It was one of those American schools that kind of do like aid and come and take care of like the poor kids and teach them English and stuff like that. So I did that for like 5 years, and that's where I got my English down real good. But once you start having normal conversations with me, you'll realize I'm not American because of all, what do they call them, colloquialisms, or like the sayings that Americans use that I don't know or I don't understand, or I don't understand the joke or the American humor or whatever it may be. But people are like, oh, this kid's white, blue eyes, must be American.
Yeah, but I would have never guessed, honestly.
Argentino, papi, Argentino.
Buena.
That's the name of the game.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah, actually,
congrats on the
World
Spanish,
Cup, bro.
Oh, bro, what a game, bro.
That was such a satisfying game.
Dude. It was satisfying because here's the thing about Messi. And I'm not one of those guys that praises the circus show of sports and the craziness that's attached to it, and your entire life revolves around a soccer player, a football player, whatever you want to call it. But when you look at Messi, bro, when you see that guy move, you can tell it's a master at work. You can tell it's a master craftsman. It's a person that has understood the nature of football at its deepest level. You see him, and it's just some wizardry magic that I've never really experienced. And being able to witness that is something that I think most people will never have the benefit of enjoying. And the fact that we were able to watch a World Cup final and Messi lifted up a World Cup. Like that shit.
That was so beautiful, bro. It was like out of a movie, straight up.
A movie, brother. We live in a movie.
Yeah, we really do. So that's so incredible. I mean, I want to just get right into it because there's so many things that I want to talk to you about that I've been saving for this podcast. Obviously, there's a lot of current events. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how they tie into money markets, because I know you're big into money markets and you're definitely one of the best people to talk to about that in this space. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Let's just begin. What have you been up to in the last 6 months since last time we talked?
Yeah, dude. So last 6 months, I think the first podcast I did was with you. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, that was pretty good. And yeah, I was like, let me do a couple more podcasts. Let me shoot some vlogs, and shit kind of took off.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I do this YouTube shit for a few years, for a while, since crypto did extremely well. E-commerce did extremely well. I want a new paradigm. And as the world evolves, and as currencies shift, and as what is of value changes, you have to move and change with the times. And there's leverage in power in numbers. And I think that the message of self-development and the pursuit of your fullest potential has resonated with a lot of people at a very deep level, especially over the last 2 years. A lot of people made money, lost money. They're extremely humbled, right? They were humbled by the markets. They were humbled by the events taking place. And they're looking now for answers. They're looking for how to level up their personal life, their finances, their relationships, their network, and their business. And that's where kind of, I guess, I've fit in that gap based off of experience, equanimity, relatability, and results, which is extremely important, is actually having results tied to your name. And then having people that have taken what you've said, implemented it, and now it doesn't only work for you, but it's replicatable, which is an essential ingredient to finding people that you want to listen to, and people that you want to pour into your life, and that you want to take advice from, is what they're saying, right? Or teaching or sharing, replicatable and duplicatable in my life. And that's the approach that I have towards this entire social dynamic that I'm kind of venturing into, is making sure that the content that is created is not only evergreen, right? And what I mean by evergreen is that if your grandkids watch it, the principles, the truth attached to it is still relevant. That's why it's going to be very difficult to find me I might make a couple videos on drop shipping since I have experience in e-commerce and all this stuff, but I want to transcend the average tutorial video and thing. And there's plenty of people that already do it, so there's no need for it, right? That market has already been satisfied. I don't have to go and make another introductory course on drop shipping. That shit already exists. But what about all the other stuff that hasn't yet come into the market? What are all the solutions and answers that people are looking for that have yet to be answered? And I think I have a few of those. So ventured into the space over the last 6 months, grew a pretty large audience, 150K on YouTube in the last 3 months. Traveled around the world, met with some dope people. Twitter blew up, Instagram blew up, and yeah, bro, honestly, just taking care of people and making sure that they're developing. I mean, numbers don't mean shit. Message. You know, my identity is not attached to subscribers, not to anything.
Or wealth.
My identity is attached.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, bro, because here's the thing: all that shit is fleeting, right? Your followers are fleeting, fame is fleeting, money is fleeting, success is fleeting, accolades and the goodwill of others is fleeting, how people perceive you and all the compliments, all that shit is fleeting. So if you find your identity placed in materialistic things, in accolades and success, when you no longer have that, then you no longer have an identity. And that's when people have identity crisis, and you see all these people going into these weird groups in society because they have no identity. They don't know who they are. So they need to conform and mold into something. And it's those people that are the anomalies, the glitches in the matrix that I speak to, the people that are ready to be unplugged. It's not my job to do forceful shit. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not the loud guy. I'm not the guy that flexes. I just talk. And if people want to listen, so be it. And if it resonates, so be it. And if it doesn't, so be it as well. It's not a big deal.
I love that. I think that's a common comment that we got on the last one is a lot of people felt like you had some deep-rooted wisdom that they were really searching for. And I think that's exactly what you're, getting at. Is not necessarily showcasing the latest Facebook ad strategy, but rather a foundational piece in the puzzle that people are just fundamentally missing. So let me think about, what do you think now? Because last time we talked, again, everything was crashing, things were bad. And now we're kind of at a point where things are still kind of bad. Maybe looking up, maybe looking like they could go worse. What is your take on the current economic landscape, bro? Because, we got this war, we got just so many things going on. Everyone's confused and scared.
So first is understanding that as we enter, and we are already in it, but it's very, very new, the information era where there's an overload of information. What happens when you have an overload of information? You fry your receivers, right? So this train wreck over here, this war over here, this fucker steals billions over here, this person gets murdered over here, this person kills, this person frames her boyfriend, gets a boyfriend put in prison, right? So you have all these verticals taking place simultaneously, hitting you all at once, and you think the world is melting. But it's not, right? It's not melting because shit is taking place all day, every day, all around the world.